Hey guys, Akano here, back again with another creative class video, and today we are going to use arguably one of the worst guns in the game, and that's the Sidewinder. And I think it gets a bad narrative for that. I don't know why it's one of the worst. Honestly, just in the capable hands, if you know how to use the weapon, you know what its strengths are, you know what its weaknesses is, you can overcome it and be using it as a capable weapon. The Sidewinder, the big downside on the Sidewinder is its very slow fire rate in terms of the battle rifles. I think there's no other thing about it. It's slowest, but it still hits hard for the battle rifles. It still does the damage, it just gets outdone because of the fire rate. But if you can get the jump on the opponent, you can get them like this in terms of when they're not looking and everything. This gun can and will wreck them. There's nothing, say things about it. But the attachments you will want to use on it. You get a lot of options here. It's one of the guns that has so many barrel choices, but you want the Tempest Predator barrel. It's the best barrel for the weapon. And because it shoots so slow, it doesn't have much of a recoil, so use the Chimera vertical grip like this on it because it's an easy controllable gun because of the fire rate. I like using the Huntsman high grain rounds to increase that damage more because that's low fire rate. You want that damage to hit every chance you get. If you want to use Warzone, I suggest dropping that vertical grip here, the Borealis grip, in terms of gun kick control and everything else. Because if you want to use this for Warzone, you need the 30 round mag because 20 rounds is not going to be sufficient. And I would switch to the Bruin grip because you're not using the rear grip. And in case you need a sight, MK3 reflector sight, top option. And of course, it's not here, even though this game always does my removes my favorite options. The other option that I will suggest to you to use, you should have it unlocked if you've been just playing the game normally, is going to be right here in terms of the Corio Eagle Sight 2.5. It's a clear picture. It's going to be good because you want this thing for the mid to long ranges. It's a real solid gun if you can get it to work for that. As you can see, the gun, it hits hard, but as you can also tell, the big drawback on the gun is its slow fire rate. Compared to a Cronin or an MTZ 762, this gun it pales. It's one of the guns that you need to have the jump on the opponent immediately, or get those headshots. It's one of those type of guns. It's either gonna, unless you get the jump on the opponent first, the person that you're trying to do, or anything else, it's gonna like this. It'll be a long day in the office. It's gonna lose every close range engagement. It's gonna lose. It can lose most medium engagements if you're not hitting your shots, especially the long range engagements like this. But as long as you can sit there and get into those scenarios where you can get the drop on your opponent first, and you can sit there and you can get those first few shots into them, you're gonna win your gunfights like this, especially with this weapon, because you're fighting again. It's that slow fire rate, and it reminds me of that one AR that they had. I can't remember. I think it was I can't remember, but it was an AR from Modern Warfare 19 like this. It was same fire rate like this, but it hit like a truck, and it was just just one of those options. But yeah, this is a Sidewinder. Not the honestly, because I understand why it gets the rep that it does in terms of being one of the worst gun options you can choose. But again, it's if you can put yourself, any veteran player will know this, you can get yourself into the positions to make the gun work. Because it can hit hard as long as you can get the shots first. If you're not being shot at first in the gun engagement, and you can get the flanking maneuvers to where they're not expecting you, this will work. This gun, however, stay away from close range engagements because you will just get wrecked by anything because the slow fire rate of the weapon like this, unless you're constantly able to get those headshots, which not saying that you can't, like this, but in the heat of the moment and everything, especially with the movement and stuff like that, getting those headshots will be hard. But this gun, it works good, nice. It's a nice mid-range weapon. Uh, It's an undervalued one. I've seen just people do work with it. It just comes down to how you play with it. You gotta move. You got to basically with this weapon, you have to change your play style for this weapon. If you're a running gun, close range type deal, want to get into that, it's not going to work for you in terms of options. If you want to it's going to be one of those guns that you got to mix your pace with. Like this, it's going to be good for your mid ranges, but you need to switch off it as soon as it starts to become close quarters because it's just going to fall behind. It's that simple. But yeah, that's my creative class on the Sidewinder. If you like the video, hit the like. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike. Just subscribe and hit the sub. Just follow me over on for YouTube. Follow me over on Twitch for more of the content. See you guys later. You guys have a good one.